Hey everybody, Jim Powers with MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision as we catch up with our coaches here this week. And joining us is our women's bowling coach, Brandi Branka. And Brandi, couple meets, couple tournaments already under your belt. This past weekend up at the Warhawk, a real good performance, knocked off a couple top 25 teams during the weekend. Talk a little bit about the fun stuff up at Kenosha.
Yeah, so we beat Whitewater, who's ranked 9th, and we beat Long Island Brooklyn, who is ranked 13th in the top 25. I think that was a big confidence booster for my girls. You know, with this being a second-year program, there's still a lot to learn and everything like that. So I think them beating them, they understood, like, you know, they can compete out there. So.
And this is for all the newbies out there. You know, and I had to ask you this question. Tell everybody the difference between the Baker format and the traditional team total format.
So traditional teams is where you have 5 girls bowling and they bowl a whole game. So they bowl one whole game. Now with Baker, you have 5 girls, but they each bowl 2 frames. So for example, if I have a leadoff bowler, they're going to bowl frames 1 and 6. Same for 2 and 7 and so on and so forth.
So that you kind of have to load up the back end a little bit because you want your stronger bowlers bowling in the 4th and 5th frame and then the 9th and 10th frame for you.
Yes, exactly. And you also want to have a good leadoff bowler who is going to, you know, get the energy going for the, you know, for the rest of the team.
You know, one of the things I noticed off the scores from this past weekend is the margin is right there. I mean, you're within maybe 15, 20 pins a lot of the times against some great, you know, teams from around the country.
Oh, yeah. I think the very first tournament we had, the Crusader Classic, it was kind of an eye-opener for these girls. Like, these NCAA schools are good. So I think when, you know, we had a couple weeks off to practice and then the Warhawk, they realized, like, okay, you know, we can compete with them. And, you know, it's a confidence booster when we did beat those teams. So, you know, we're getting better. We're improving each day. So I'm excited to see how next semester goes and we have a lot more tournaments.
And obviously, I think there's a couple names that are sticking out that are really getting a great job, doing a great job for you guys here in the early season.
Yeah, so Rebecca Strickland, she's a sophomore. She is doing a great job. I think she's doing a great job as a leader as well on the team. And I would also have to say probably Haley Larson and Paige, those 2 other freshmen, they're doing really well.
Making that transition from high school to college, it's a little bit different. People don't understand that, you know, instead of maybe bowling 3 games a day, you're turning around bowling 5, you know, 5, possibly 6 matches a day. And there's a big transition between high school and college.
Yeah, you know, some of these girls that came in, you know, they told me their high school practices, they'd bowl 3 games and then they're done. Well, here, that's not what happens. We bowl 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, and then, you know, tournaments can last 8 to 10 hours a day. Being in a bowling alley all day, they're long, and, you know, that's why we do workouts, and that's why we do certain stuff like that to get their bodies, you know, ready to go.
Outstanding stuff. Enjoy a little bit of a breather before the next tournament.
Yes, our next tournament is actually next weekend at McKendree, so we're going to get ready for that one.
And it's close to home, so we want to get everybody out there.
Yes, exactly. Come support.
No doubt. Thanks so much to Brandi Branka, our women's bowling coach. Off week this week. Next week, they bowl over at McKendree. We'll have all the information for you on our website at MaryvilleSaints.com, and you'll be able to follow all the action on our Twitter feed at MaryvilleSaints. For Coach, I'm Jim Powers. Thanks so much for tuning in to MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision. Have a great week, and as always, go Saints.